From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Day 11 of the evidentiary hearing for the group of men known as the Fairbanks Four wrapped up this afternoon in Superior Court.
That's right. I've been there from the beginning and have more on this story in this report. This morning's proceedings began with a second man convicted of the 1997 murder of Fairbanks teenager John Hartman.
And he turned around and looked at me and he said, I got the right person.
Kevin Pease has been in jail for 18 years, charged with a second-degree murder, assault, and burglary for a crime he says he didn't commit.
And he started telling me Eugene Vent places me in Marvin Roberts' car. I keep saying I was in Marvin's car. I keep telling him I was never in Marvin's car. And he says that Eugene said that, and he says George places us all together. You know, and I kept saying, man, I didn't do this. You know, you got the wrong person.
But it was Peace's own answers to police detectives in October of 1997 were questioned by the state, something Pease acknowledged as lies he told under pressure.
I was scared. I didn't know what time I came back to town. I didn't know what time this happened to that kid. I didn't know what time it was. When I walked home alone.
Pease recounted the evening that many have testified to thus far, which consisted of a night of drinking with friends. Those friends consistently placed Pease with them at the time of Hartman's homicide.
And he would say things like, we're way beyond that. I already know what happened. He looked at me and he said, well, the kid just came out of a coma and he's identified you. And he said, you're going away for a long time.
Pease, who was picked up after an apparent argument with his mother that evening, had injuries to his hand. He says he sustained them after punching a wall.
And that you punched a door frame or a wall would be a handy way to explain how you had injuries on your hands.
No, that's what happened. I hit the wall.
The third of the men, Eugene Vent, also began his testimony this afternoon. That testimony centered heavily on statements he made that incriminated the men convicted.
I was listening to everything he was telling me, and I just believed him.
Vent said he was handed photos of Hartman as he lay dying in the hospital. He said the interrogation with Aaron Ring had him believing he actually committed the crime while he was blacked out drunk.
I was feeling terrible, guilty.
Why?
Because I thought I had done something real bad.
Vent will continue his testimony tomorrow. From Rabinowitz Courthouse, this is Stephanie Woodard reporting.
Fairbanks City Council members are moving on an ordinance forward that would take away the mayor's leave time benefits and give the position a pay raise to salary instead. This is less than a month after the mayor's compensation benefits were cut during a previous city council meeting. Ryan Grimes has the story.
As soon as Councilwoman Joy Huntington was sworn in last night, discussion was underway regarding whether or not to approve Councilman David Pruse's ordinance to modify and clarify the city mayor's pay benefits. Pruse says his ordinance was a necessary step to take regarding the overwhelming majority of mayoral positions in Alaska that don't allow comp time or leave time benefits.
And this gives everyone a year to look at the mayor's package, the mayor's salary, and determine if this is what they can afford to do the position. I wanted to make this revenue neutral. I wanted to be fair. I did not want to take anything away from the position of the mayor, so I added it back in salary.
Originally, Pruse wanted to raise the mayor's salary from roughly $79,000 to $88,000 annually to make up for the loss of leave time. The raise would not take effect until December 1st next year. Depending on the longevity of the Fairbanks City mayor, the accrual for paid personal leave could be as much as $6,000 per year. Councilman Matherly was not in favor of hiking up the mayor's salary as high as Pruse suggested.
I was thinking like 86, 85, 86. But, you know, it just seems like quite a jump from where the salary is now, and I just want to get a perspective on that from the other members as well, and just curious on that high amount.
Members agreed to amend the ordinance and raise the mayor's salary to $86,500 and passed it forward for voting when the city council meets next. This is Ryan Grimes reporting.
All right, when we come back, thieves broke into storage units off of Danby Road last night and made off with some valuable items, and we'll tell you what.
Also in our weekly health report, with Halloween just around the corner, you need to watch carefully what your trick-or-treaters bring home. Stay with us. And welcome back. Fairbanks police are investigating a break-in at storage units at Wembley Street in the Danby Road area. About 20 units at Alaska Mini Storage were burglarized, but one in particular has drawn a lot of attention. It contained firearms believed to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The owner of the guns is working to provide police with an inventory. The theft was reported Monday night.
To be sure, we do have automatic weapons that were stolen, a lot of large caliber weapons, and right now the total we have is probably in excess of 50 weapons that were stolen from the storage unit. If there's anybody in the public that has any information on the theft of the firearms or the burglaries over at the storage unit on Wembley Street, please call the Fairbanks Police Department 450-6500 and give us some information. We'd like to be able to get these guns back to the owner and off the streets of Fairbanks.
The UAF interim chancellor issued a press release today. Mike Powers, the interim chancellor of UAF, announced a statement about sexual assault and how the university has been failing to follow its own disciplinary policies. Powers said the realization for change came when the university was audited. He is not waiting for the results of the audit and wants to lead the way in change now. The university will have stricter practices on following UAF's disciplinary policies with assault, burglary, and rape. There will also be more support for the victims and standard procedure on staff practices when a student does come forward.
Law enforcement may have investigated complaints and forwarded charges of sexual assault. Administratively, UAF investigated and took informal action in these cases. However, we did not use the formal student discipline policy. The challenge of addressing sexual violence on college campuses is national, and we are ready to rise to that challenge.
There are always warnings about what your child is given as a treat at Halloween, and people with a child that has food allergies have to be extra careful. Monty Bowen has more in this week's Health Report.
Halloween can be a scary time if your child has food allergies. Dr. Brian Schroeder is a pediatric allergist. He says you can take the fear out of food allergies and make Halloween fun by planting allergy-safe treats along your trick-or-treat route.
You can actually bring some treats and maybe kind of prime the pump. Give the people who are giving out the candy something to give to your kids is a nice, quick and easy way of making sure that the children don't feel left out.
The doctor says food allergens to be most concerned about at Halloween include peanuts, tree nuts, eggs, and milk products because some candies may contain them. Kids with food allergies should avoid trading candy and should always ask their parents before eating any treats. When out trick-or-treating, it's a good idea to search for houses giving away non-food items. Keeping your eyes peeled for a teal-colored pumpkin on the front porch is a good idea, too.
There is a teal pumpkin project that is something that people who are giving out candy will have allergen-free candies or candies or treats that are not necessarily food-based. So that's something you could really look out for.
A teal pumpkin signals food allergy-safe treats. Once trick-or-treaters return home, parents will want to go through their little Ghoul's candy bag to make sure anything allergenic without a label or suspicious is removed. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building, and by Interior Women's Health, located on 1626 30th Avenue.
All right, Joe Cook's up next with Nana Corner tonight, but he also has some very special guests.
That's right. ILSM's Dirty Birds are in the house, and we'll hear from the state champions after the break.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Joe Cook here through Tuesday Sportscast. We have some special guests joining us in a little bit, but first, the Nana Corner. Both the UAF basketball programs are poised to make some noise in the conference this year, despite what the preseason polls may say. Tonight, we check in with the men's team.
At the end of last season, the Nanocks had a 7-19 overall record and went 4-14 in the GNAC. Head coach Mick Durham addressed some needs by signing a lot of players. 18 players are now on the roster. It's one of the biggest teams Durham has ever had. One of the new additions is Bengali Kaba. The coaching staff believes the junior transfer from Houston can be the man at power forward.
Honestly, I think I'm going to bring some defensive enthusiasm. I'm going to try to run the floor, get easy breaks. So I'm going to try to talk, get a lot of rebounds, and just do all the little things that I need to do because we got a lot of seniors, and I know the seniors are going to lead us.
GNAT rookie Trevante Adams, an Anchorage Mount Edgecombe product and senior transfer from Adams State, will solidify the small forward spot. Back at point guard is Joe Slocum. He redshirted last year to avoid the postseason ban. He learned a lot during his absence.
I learned how this year, if we're in the same situations, I can help the guys, seeing where they kind of need a little bit of leadership at times. The team's go on runs, and we kind of discombobulated. I feel like me watching that, I can this year, settle the guys and get us organized and get everyone's emotions down so we can have a balanced year. We won't get it too high, too low. We always play at the same level, which will be good.
The Nanooks will also be led by all-GNAT guard Ashton Edwards and Almir Hadjisevich. The inside-outside duo led the Nanooks in scoring, but they will have a lot of help this year. The conference thinks so. Alaska was picked 6th in the preseason polls, which is the final GNAT postseason spot. However, Durham doesn't want his team to be satisfied by just making the tournament.
Our goal right off the bat is you need to be in the top 6, or your season's done, and we want to extend our season. And obviously, the higher you can be, the better for seeding, and 1 and 2 get a bye. So hopefully, we're playing great at that time. There's a lot of work to do.
Alaska opens the 2015-2016 season in 10 days with the Blue Gold game on Friday, October 30th at the Patty Center.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the Dirty Birds of Eielson and the small school state champion, the defending and repeating small school state champion. How you guys doing? Good. All right. I'm here with head coach David Devon, Matt Gustafson, and Antonio Griffith of the Eielson Raven football team. And I'll start with you, Coach. Just tell me, how does it feel to be not only state champion, but back-to-back state champion?
It still hasn't really sunk in. I don't think there's enough vocabulary and to express what it feels like. It's pretty amazing, but it's really awesome to see these guys achieve their goal.
Yeah, you had the pep rally today and everything, and it sunk in. I mean, did you think at the beginning of the year you guys would be at this point? I know every coach is trying to gear their team, for opportunity to get there, but now you guys have done it.
I think even after last year's win, there was a little bit of pressure because we only graduated 3. Granted, they were 3 pretty good players, but we knew we had the young men to be able to get there. But it's always hard to get that repeat, and they focused, they got things done. It's pretty awesome to watch.
And Coach, just tell me, what does it mean for this program to repeat, given that you graduate 3 seniors? I know the big one, of course, was Tony Griffith as well, and one of the best running backs in high school state history. What does it say about this team? You guys were able to just reload talent and give other people a chance, opportunities to shine.
It's just being able to have those guys in the wings ready to go, ready to fill those spots that are left by our seniors is as a coach, it's pretty nice to have, and I think we've still got that same situation where those young guys have been learning, from these older guys, and they're the ones going to be taking their place. So, hopefully it's a tradition we can keep going with.
Matt, I'm gonna go to you. I know you're senior defensive tackle. Just talk about how good the defense was this year.
Well, this year I think it's been one of the best I've ever played with, because I know each year the most points we put up was against Lathrop. They only scored 35 or what was it? And I know every other team, they only scored maybe about 1 touchdown. And then there was Nikiski, who scored 14 in the state championship, but it was definitely one of the best defensive teams we've played with this year.
And offensively, Antonio, I know you led the group at quarterback. Why are you guys able to put so many points on the board with that devastating running game as well?
We got a lot of talent in our backfield, and we definitely focus really hard at practice to make sure we're getting our plays right and knowing where we have to go, and that really helps when you got an offense that pretty much lives off of fakes. So it's really deceiving for a defense, and I think it makes it a little bit easier for our offense. And as aggressive as our play calling is, I don't know, it just makes it all the more better.
All right, and that's going to be all the time we have. Quickly, is this a dynasty right here? Do we have an Eielson dynasty in the small schools division?
That's not for us to say. That's for other people to talk about later. So.
Well, I'll declare it now. We have a dynasty. 3 out of 4 years they've won the small school state title. Thanks for joining us tonight, Eielson Ravens. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right, Mike Schultz is up next with weather. As always, we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back in to a Tuesday night already. For edition of the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather. And today we had lots of sunshine, clear skies, and for all it was a really beautiful day across most of the interior. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Let's take a look at our photograph for tonight. This one was sent in by Carmen Polanco. Sky is on fire. You can see obviously why that picture was taken and was titled that. A beautiful shot there from Carmen. And as always, if you have a photograph that you'd like to share with us, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. What a beautiful photograph. Today's high, 39. The low last night, 26. The record high, 61 in 1938. 15 below for the overnight record low in 1965. Your sunrise and sunset, about 9 hours and 12 minutes. That's a loss of 6 minutes from yesterday. Here's our satellite and radar again. You can see a little bit of moisture across to the south of the state, or for the most part across the Gulf of Alaska, but more rain falling across southeast Alaska, and that's about it. Not too much going on. On our map, again, the rain is reflected on the map. As you can see, showers around Juneau, heavier rain at Ketchikan, 55 degrees there. Lots of sunshine around the Anchorage area, 47 degrees. The same for Kodiak, 47 degrees, and partly cloudy skies. Cloudy skies along the Aleutian chain. And up and down the west coast, temperatures pretty consistent around 38 degrees at Nome. But boy, north of the Brooks Range, 19 degrees at Barrow and only 28 degrees at Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather, we're looking at this. Again, showers across the Pacific Northwest. Warming back up around San Francisco. Not a bad day for Las Vegas and Phoenix. Warming back up again across Dallas, too. A little shower activity going on there. Denver at 72 degrees. Minneapolis looking at partly cloudy skies and 69. Over the eastern half of the country, looking at sunshine over the northeast. New York 71 degrees. More sunshine across the deep south. And our satellite and radar showing a good flow of moisture and some showers working across the Chicago area. Well, out to the west, we're looking at a lot more rain intensifying. This storm system is the one that brought the flash flooding to Las Vegas. And as you can see, for tomorrow, it looks like downpours are expected all the way from southern parts of Texas up through New Mexico into Colorado and even over into Kansas. And it's all because the jet stream is taking a big drop down to the south, helping to enhance that situation, while pleasant conditions are expected over the eastern half of the country. Well, it's time once again for our kids' weather. And all this week we're talking with the kids from Denali Elementary School. Here's a young lady with a picture she drew with her and her father.
Hello, my name is Amina from Denali Elementary, Mr. Keener's class, and I'm going to tell you about my picture. When me and my dad went fishing, it began to rain. It was so hard. Then it began to slow. The sun started to set, and I saw a moose.
Thank you, Mina, for that picture. And thanks to Mount McKinley Bank. Tomorrow night, a young man will be here with a unique weather question for us. Our forecast for the rest of the state for tomorrow: northern sections, flurries at Barrow, partly cloudy in Nome, cloudy skies for Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, we're looking at, for the most part, mostly cloudy skies in Fairbanks, rain and snow showers at Delta Junction, and flurries for Healy. Over southeast Alaska, the rains are going to continue, and those should be letting up a little bit over the Ketchikan area, while out to the southwest, we're looking at partly cloudy skies for Bethel, rain showers in Cold Bay, and cloudy skies at Kodiak. And down around the south central sections, partly cloudy skies for Anchorage, cloudy skies in Homer, and isolated showers at Valdez. And our forecast for the remainder of the night: chilly, 22 degrees for the overnight low, partly cloudy skies, a little morning fog possible. Tomorrow's forecast: 40 degrees, morning fog, then mostly cloudy skies. And the 5-day outlook, as you see here, temperatures pretty chilly, overnight lows dropping down to the low 20s once again. And we're looking at not needing precipitation in the forecast. That's the good news. It looks like for the most part we're going to be looking at just partly cloudy to cloudy skies. And we're looking at right now at some young ladies that have joined us. And this is the group, a daisy group of some sort, right?
Daisy group?
That's what they're called, daisies, right?
And they're all dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah, they're all ready to go.
We've got the Minions.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got Elsa. And
Good.
tell us what your costume is.
She's Morticia.
Morticia?
From the Addams Family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got a movie of it too? Well, that's a pretty cool movie. Those are great costumes, guys. And of course, hold up your little badge thing here.
And it comes with a song.
It comes with a song too.
Oh.
Well, what do you know? That is
Wow.
very special.
I
Well,
think I
thanks,
know it.
guys. Yeah, thank you for showing up. We always love to I think this is a record for how many people we've actually had on set.
We had 30 guys who were dressed up as football players. It's pretty good.
All right, that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Well, tonight at NBC Nightly News, more about the rise of the unconventional first-time candidate, Ben Carson. That's up next with Lester Holt.
All right, be sure to join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11, or of course online anytime at webcenter11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, including the Minions, Morticia and Elsa, have a great night.
Wave, can you wave?